Well, good afternoon. It is District Governor Greggy here with the Lions announcements for October 2025. We have a lot to go over here, so please bear with me as I go through my notes on my phone. We have a new t-shirt sale going on. You need to order yours today. The newsletter will be included and updated with the new information form on there. We do need 25 shirts to place an order. So if you haven't ordered your District 14M shirt yet, please do so so that we can put that order in. Of course, these are not dated, and they do come in long and short sleeves. Short sleeve is 15, while long sleeve is 20. So please get those orders in. We'll be collecting them at the cabinet meeting. Okay, and speaking of that, the next cabinet meeting is scheduled for November the 9th, 2025. I will go into that here shortly. The big thing here is if you've paid your per capita dues, well, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you haven't paid your LCI dues, please note that both of these sets of dues, one is for the district, it's how the district runs, actually. And the other one is your LCI membership dues, and that's for Lions Clubs International. Now, I will tell you, they're not very forgiving, okay? So I would suggest that if you haven't paid those LCI dues, you get on it and get it paid, because I've already encountered problems with the Lion portal and what they had according to what the club membership in a couple of the clubs were. So, and you can pay that with a credit card, you know. So here's what I'm going to say to that. Now, most banks do nonprofit accounts. Nonprofit accounts, you have to have 2 signatures on a check for. Now, they'll issue you a card, a debit card or whatever, that only goes up to a certain amount. Usually that's how it runs. So check that out. If your LCI club dues are below the limit of that card, I would go ahead and pay them with the card, for the mere fact that it's instantaneous when you pay it. Now, it might not show that on the portal for a little while, but it is instantaneous. So you wouldn't have to worry about sending a check or writing a check or anything like that. And when I paid the dues for Old Trails, there was no convenience fee or anything like that. So, and I think it's because they just do so many transactions that the convenience fee was waived, or it's a nonprofit and the convenience fee was waived. However, please understand that these have to be paid. If you do not get them paid, you will go to status quo. They will take your charter. They don't care. They will take your charter. And as far as the LCI dues go, listen, I can't do anything about that, about how they're increased or decreased or this or that or the other. I can't do anything about it. So, but I will tell you, if you don't pay them, your club gets dissolved. Okay, so, all right, so the next cabinet meeting is scheduled for November 9th, 2025, with Region 3 as the host. They'll be bringing the hors d'oeuvres, the snacks, and that kind of thing. This is our Thanksgiving dinner meeting, okay? So this is going to be the following menu from Jerry's Catering: stuffed chicken breast, mashed potatoes, broccoli salad, California blend, and a mix of pies. The cost of this is $20 at the door. However, I do need to know how many people are going to be staying to eat, because they need to know how much food to make. So please get your reservations in to me, liongreggy@gmail.com, or call me at 724-466-7620 to get that in. The meeting is at the Bullskin Township Masonic Center in Bullskin Township. So, just to let you know, the meeting is on November the 9th. It starts at 1 o'clock and goes on till 4, when 4 is when we'll have our dinner. Let me get my 7 brew I'm doing today. Coffee from Uniontown. It's a pretty happening place there. They've got 2 lines. It's just going crazy. Okay, and I've been coughing a lot anyway because I'm grogged up with my allergies. The next thing, one of the things I will do at the meeting is recap the USA-Canada forum that I went to. All right, now I was really skeptical about this function, and I really just didn't want to go. But I will tell you, I liked it better than I liked the International Convention, actually. The topics that they went over there, which I will show to you here, they're very informative. They're very club and district based. Everything from marketing to new membership development, everything. And I'm going to tell you, I was very impressed. Very, very impressed. The instructors all come from this Lions University, where you actually have to take classes and get degrees, a bachelor's, a master's, and a doctorate in order to teach. So there are international directors involved in this and everything else. So what I would suggest you do, please believe me, there are so many topics that you could go to, or so many seminars where the range of topics is incredible. What I would suggest is that you go back to your budget formulations and budget a way to go to this thing. Because I'll tell you, there are so many topics and seminars, they all happen at the same time. The problem is, if you've only got one person, well, they can only go to one thing. So here's the thing, if you take a couple people, well, they can all go to different ones and they debrief each other after it's said and done. They give you handouts, they give you all this stuff. It is well worth the trip. So I would suggest put it in your club's budget, okay, and that kind of thing. So at this meeting, the cabinet meeting that's going to be on November the 9th, okay, past District Governor Ed Gursky will be taking nominations for the next district governor. Additionally, we need to seek out a first and a second vice district governor. All right. So please, if you meet the requirements for this, I mean, you just can't walk in off the street and get it. But if you've been a club president and you've served in the cabinet in some kind of capacity, whether it be zone chair, cabinet secretary, or something like that, please, please step up and get into one of these positions, because there's no one to take over once I go. That's right. There's no one to take over once I go. And right now, when my term ends, I'm going to be super focused on law school. In fact, I have an appointment with the University of Michigan Law School on the weekend of October 18th, that Monday. I think it is the 18th. I will be going to a class on evidence with Professor Sherman Clark, and then I meet with the admissions team and that kind of thing. And so my focus is going to be on that. In my very, very spare little time, when I'm not looking at estate stuff and when I'm not looking at Lion stuff, we are studying for this LSAT. So basically, we have some issues going on there that they're going to address and that kind of thing. So when I go up on the 18th, but that's my intention as of now, as we go on. So also at the cabinet meeting, we are going to have a mass member induction. If you have members that you've brought into your Lions Club and you would like to have them inducted into Lionism, then bring them to the cabinet meeting. We will have a mass member induction. However, please remember this. I have to know who you're bringing, because the new membership kits that we have require me to sign their name to them and stuff like that. And, you know, so I'd like to know this beforehand so that I'm not wasting precious time doing all these certificates at the meeting. Okay, so also at this meeting, we're going to be packing bags for the Rosenbaum House at WVU. All right, so I need clubs to step up and come to the meeting to help pack the bags. Also, we need the following donations for the bags. crossword puzzle searches, you know, that kind of thing. You know, word search, those kind of books. We need coloring books. We need crayons and markers. We need note cards. We need mints that are like in a bag, or mints that you might find, you know, something in a box, something like that. And we're also taking phone charging cables, brand new phone charging cables, that's going to be placed at the front desk so that when people's phones die, they can go ahead and get their phone charged. All right. So also another thing that I'm going to have set up there is a computer with a person manning it to update your Lions portal for you. Now, listen, this stuff should have been put in last April. However, there are clubs who have not put this stuff in. And when it comes down to it, well, they had no really care to put it in. And now it's hurting them. So, and then they can't put it in, some of them. No questions asked or anything like that. Or if you're having issues with the Lions portal, here's your chance to get those questions solved without having to go to some kind of great big seminar or having to go across state lines or anything like that to get help, okay? So, if you can't get onto the portal, and if you never updated your information, then you need to be here to get that information updated. Do not email me and say, well, I'm sorry, but we're not going to be there, and all of our information has been left hanging, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's no excuse at this point. Absolutely no excuse. Here's another reason why we need to get this information updated. I'm finding out that some of the emails that I'm sending out get bounced back because the email address is wrong. That's right. The email address that was put in the portal is wrong. Or that's not the person anymore. There's been a new officer, and well, they were never put in. Okay, that's unacceptable. The other thing is, what I'm finding out is that some of the mail addresses are not correct. So here's what's happening at the first of the year. There's going to be per capita statements that go out again. For those of you who didn't pay this per capita, it gets lumped on to the next per capita. That's right, with a ding, meaning that, you know, the governors are going to look at this and they're going to decide accordingly what to do, because that's in direct violation of the Constitution. So, at any rate, I suggest you get the stuff put in there. But if we can't get your email, we are going to send these out via postal mail this time. If any of them come back to us, the governors are going to look at this, and they're going to decide accordingly what to do. It might be, say, Greg, put them on status quo, dissolve their club, do this, do that, because we just can't do this anymore. The district runs on the per capita dues. It also runs on some of the other things, like the calendar tickets and this and that and the other. It costs a lot to run the district. And so, to keep those costs down, that's why we have per capita dues. And I'll tell you, for some of you guys that owe these per capita dues, it's about the cost of a Starbucks coffee that's about $7. Okay? One club can pay $70 or $80 or over $100 for their per capita dues. Well, you can pay your $7 or $8. I mean, come on. I mean, Lions we serve. We're a service organization, but we can't pay our bills because we don't want to. It's not because we can't. It's because we don't want to. And if that ruffles a couple feathers, then so be it. But that's how I'm looking at this now, okay? So, this is a chance to get your name, address, city, state, zip, phone number, correct email address, and position in the club activated, okay? So, the dress code for the meeting is Lions Casual, okay? Lions Casual. We don't need to be in stuffed shirts to come to a cabinet meeting, okay? The Ronald McDonald House pop tabs, we are still collecting those, and we will be collecting those at this meeting. We had a good turnout at the last meeting. Hopefully we have a good turnout at this one too. Okay, Mental Health and Awareness Week is the week of October 4th through 12th. Does your club have something planned? I put out a YouTube video here a couple weeks ago or a week ago about ideas of what you can do for mental health and awareness. At the USA Canada Forum, they are targeting the elderly. Now, this is a great idea. Have a few of your club members go play cards with the people at the nursing home, or go to the nursing home and do something. Maybe see if you can take them on a casino trip. They love trips, you know, because think about it. They never get to go out or do anything. They always love visitors. Some of them love visitors. Some of them don't want any visitors. But, you know, get with your local nursing care homes or whatever and go be with some of these people. You never know what you might learn when you talk to some of these people. Okay? Now, we are today filming in front of the McDonald's, okay, up here at the Uniontown Shopping Center, because on October 7th, if you use the app or the kiosk inside this McDonald's here, District 14M qualifies for 20% of those funds that come in, which is, you know, your meal orders or anything like that. And it goes to 14M for fundraising. So come here to Uniontown, or if you're on your way to Uniontown, make sure you stop in here. It's October 7th all day, October 7th, okay? Now, all right, so the last thing I'm going to bring up is the winter party and the convention. We are having an organizational or reorganizational, whatever you want to call it, meeting with the committees, okay? Now, we are looking for people to help. This will happen during the dinner at the cabinet meeting. So, once you get your dinner plate, come on over because we're going to have a little meeting. We are looking for people to help. We need the Leos involved in this. So people to help do the following: the setup, the decorating. We need a registration table committee. Being that I am now a district governor, I can't be in 2 or 3 places at once. My job is to mill around as a district governor, do what I can, but I have to hobnob with everybody else. So I won't have time to do this. Okay? At that registration table, we're going to have a roving gambler, pool ticket people, which will go around and do the pool tickets and that kind of thing. A raffle ticket salesperson. A favors committee is what we need. We need greeters. You know, come in the door, come over here and register, please. They'll give you your things that you need and go in. Cleanup assistants, okay? Don't everybody just walk out the door. We need cleanup assistants at the end of the thing. Many hands make for light work and make for quick work, okay? We need a tech team. The tech team helps put up like maybe the projection, that kind of thing. Now, I'm talking about both events here. So, the necrology service team. We need a team to do the necrology service. And some of you, like, you know, we know who we'll get for the speakers and the pastor, but they're going to coordinate together, maybe with the tech team and that kind of thing, because we are going to do the memorial tribute video and that kind of stuff. And a program booklet ad sales committee. That team will help put together the program booklets and the ad sales, that kind of thing, so that we can get all of that done. Now, I'm going to be on half of this stuff, of course, but, you know, Greggy and Krista and Bob and, you know, 2 other people, we can't run the whole entire thing. It takes many hands to make this go. And so, because when few hands do it, they're pretty much dead by the end of the night. And so we can't have that because, as you hear, I've been coughing and hacking. A couple other of us that's been on this, we now have some major health issues going on. And what we need to do is we need to keep the quality of the function up there, but we need many hands to make this thing work. So like I said, we need to get the Leos involved in this, and we need to do some other things. So please, please, if you have an interest in this, please have an interest in this, and come help. But we're going to have this organizational meeting, whatever you want to call it, during the dinner at the cabinet meeting. So there's a lot going on at this cabinet meeting. There really is. Do we need the horn? No. Okay. There is a lot going on at this cabinet meeting, an awful lot going on. So if any of this pertains to you, please email me. Let me know if you have any questions or anything else at liongreggy@gmail.com. And that's the end of this video. It's been a hairy one because I'm half sick, but we'll make it through. So everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.